What's up, guys? Today we're ranking the absolute best survival thrillers on Netflix in 2026. But you need to stick around till the end, because I've got a special bonus entry, a brand new survival movie dropping on Netflix this month, and people are already calling it the most intense film of the year. Let's get into it. At number 7, we're diving straight into chaos with Alive. This South Korean survival thriller flips the zombie genre into something way more real. Because this time, you're not running in the wild. You're trapped inside your own apartment. We follow a lone gamer who wakes up to a viral outbreak, turning the world outside into a bloodbath. No Wi-Fi, no signal, and food running out fast. The horror here isn't just the infected, it's the suffocating isolation of being completely cut off. It's fast-paced, high energy, and a terrifying look at how vulnerable we are when our connection to the world is severed. In Alive, if you don't spot the infected in time, you're already dead. But imagine a world where the only way to stay alive is to never see your enemy at all. That's exactly what Bird Box is all about.
No! Open your eyes. Please don't take my children! The creatures.
The movie that took the internet by storm, it remains heavyweight in the survival genre for one simple reason: its terrifying hook. In a world where seeing a mysterious entity causes instant suicide, survival depends entirely on your ability to navigate the world blindfolded. Sandra Bullock plays a mother trying to guide 2 children down a treacherous river to safety, all while being unable to open her eyes. It's a psychological gauntlet that plays on our deepest fears of the unknown. Even years later, the "don't look" rule remains one of the most effective survival gimmicks in recent history. And trust me, this list only gets more intense from here. If you prefer your survival with a side of social commentary and a massive dose of "what the hell did I just watch?", the platform is mandatory viewing.
If everybody ate only what they needed, the food would get to the lowest level.
Set in a vertical prison known as The Hole, inmates are fed via a platform that descends from the top floor to the bottom. If you're at the top, you feast. If you're at the bottom, you starve, or worse. This is survival at its most primal and grotesque. It's a psychological pressure cooker that forces its characters to confront the absolute worst parts of human nature. The tension doesn't come from external monsters, but from the person standing right next to you. It's bleak, claustrophobic, and serves as a chilling metaphor for class warfare where the only rule is eat or be eaten. But while the platform traps you in a concrete hell, our next entry takes survival into the vast, freezing unknown where the silence is just as deadly as the cold. Based on a harrowing true story from 1909, Against the Ice is a brutal man versus nature epic that will make you want to wrap yourself in a blanket. Nikolai Coster-Waldau stars as Captain Einar Mikkelsen, who embarks on a death-defying mission across the frozen landscape of Greenland to find a lost map. This isn't a movie about fast-paced action. It's about the slow, grinding erosion of the human spirit. Between the threat of polar bears, the literal bone-chilling cold, and the creeping madness brought on by total isolation, the film is a testament to human endurance. The cinematography is stunningly cold, capturing the vast, empty white wasteland that serves as both a beautiful backdrop and a relentless executioner. It's an underrated gem that proves sometimes the most dangerous enemy is just the environment itself. But not all survival stories are about action. Some will hit you emotionally. Forget the typical run-and-gun zombie tropes. Cargo is a masterclass in emotional stakes. Set against the brutal backdrop of the Australian outback, Martin Freeman delivers a career-defining performance as a father who's been bitten and has exactly 48 hours before he turns into a mindless predator. The catch? He's got a helpless infant strapped to his back. This isn't just about avoiding the undead, it's a desperate, ticking clock race to find a guardian for his daughter before he becomes her greatest threat. The film swaps jump scares for a lingering sense of dread and a beautiful, heartbreaking exploration of paternal love. It's quiet, it's dusty, and the ending will stay with you long after the credits roll. If you want survival with a soul, this is your first stop. Our runner-up is a film that defines the word harrowing. Nowhere presents a survival scenario that is a literal living nightmare. A pregnant woman named Mia, fleeing a totalitarian regime, finds herself trapped inside a shipping container that falls off a cargo ship and into the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. That's the hook. She's alone, trapped in a steel box, surrounded by thousands of miles of open water, and she's about to give birth. This film is a tour de force of resourcefulness. Watching Mia use the random items in the container to patch holes, catch fish, and protect her newborn baby is some of the most intense MacGyver-style survival ever put to film. It's claustrophobic, high stakes, and ultimately an incredible celebration of a mother's strength. If you want a movie that will keep your heart rate at 100 beats per minute for the entire runtime, Nowhere is nearly impossible to beat. Finally, at number 1, we have what is arguably the definitive survival masterpiece of our generation. This isn't just a movie, it's a visceral, soul-crushing, and ultimately triumphant retelling of a story so impossible, Hollywood couldn't have written it. Society of the Snow takes us back to the 1972 Andes flight disaster, but with a level of realism that is frankly terrifying. Imagine being stranded in the heart of the mountains for 72 days with nothing but sub-zero temperatures, starvation, and the fading hope of rescue. Director J.A. Bayona doesn't just show you the crash, he makes you feel the bone-snapping impact and the suffocating silence of the snow. He handles the survivors' impossible moral choices with such incredible dignity and grace that it moves beyond a thriller and becomes a spiritual experience. The sound design alone is enough to give you frostbite, but it's the sheer weight of the human spirit that will leave you shattered. It is, without question, the undisputed king of the survival genre, a haunting, beautiful tribute to the lengths we will go to stay alive. But wait, before we wrap up, I promised you a special bonus. If you're looking for the next big thing in survival cinema, you need to put this on your radar right now. Apex, dropping on Netflix later this month.
Are you playing a game? Is that what you think we're doing?
Everybody going out of the skin.
Let's do it.
This is the survival thriller everyone is talking about. It stars the legendary Charlize Theron as a grieving adrenaline junkie who heads into the brutal Australian outback to find peace, only to find herself being hunted by a ruthless serial killer, played by Taron Egerton. Directed by the man behind Everest and Adrift, this looks like a relentless, high-stakes game of cat and mouse. The cinematography is gorgeous, the tension is suffocating, and seeing Theron go head-to-head with Egerton in a fight for survival, that's peak cinema. Mark your calendars, because Apex is about to set a new bar for the genre. So, that wraps up our look at the grittiest survival stories on Netflix. But I've gotta ask, out of all these, which scenario could you actually survive? The frozen Arctic, the open ocean, or a world where you can't even open your eyes? Drop your answer in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe, and don't go anywhere. If you want even more extreme survival stories, check out the video on your screen right now. Top 10 underrated post-apocalyptic movies on Netflix, hidden gems, brutal worlds, survival at its absolute limit. Click now. I'll see you there.